Hey, what's up, y'all? Dan back at you with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Tier 7 deep dives. As you're all aware, the Wicked Implement Catalyst came out this week, and everyone's trying to do Tier 7s because Tier 7 is a very, very high chance, almost 100% chance of getting your Wicked Implement Catalyst from there. However, for a lot of people, Tier 7 is incredibly difficult, and I wanted to just give you some tips and guides and a build that I think is going to make your life way, way easier. Now, this is a build I've been using all week to do carries to get people their Tier 7 catalysts, and I think this is fantastic whether or not you have a group that is experienced or if you're trying to do it with randoms. Now, I want to preface this with the knowledge that you will need to have a few pieces of gear that I suggest to make this build for deep dives the best it can be. Of course, if you don't have said weapons for the build, I'll share a few replacements as well in the description. Now, the biggest thing about Tier 7, especially the pressure trials in between each room, is that speed is king. The faster you can kill things, the higher chance you have at completing the room. Especially in the second and third pressure trial, where the enemy health is incredibly high and their lethality is just as high, you don't want to die. For this, we're going to go with Arc Hunter. Arc Hunter is incredibly deadly due to its ad clear potential and super. The artifact this season also leans very heavily into Arc Hunter to make it even stronger. First off, you want to take the 3 Arc perks from the artifact: Amped Up, Thunderous Retort, and Electric Armor. These things will grant you increased damage resistance while amplified, and increase your amplified timer and super while amplified or in critical health. Adding on top of this shock and awe, you can add an additional lightning on each target you kill with an arc special weapon while amplified. These all will make you an absolute monster when we pair this with the fragments from our arc subclass. Spark of Frequency, which increases your reload speed after meleeing a target. Spark of Feedback, which increases your melee damage after taking melee damage. Spark of Instinct, where you send out an arc burst of energy when you enter a critical state. Spark of Beacons, where all arc special weapon kills blind targets. This is important because with all the enemies, it can be the difference between dying or living. The two aspects being Flow State, which while being amplified, you gain increased resistance while dodging, and your reload speed is increased while amped. And Lethal Current, where after dodging, your next melee attack has increased range and jolts targets. All of this is built into our melee attack combination blow, where your melee kills grant an increasing damage buff up to 3x, and each defeated target fully grants a full dodge back to you. Pair this with Gambler's Dodge, you can create the iconic melee Arc Hunter build, where you dodge, then melee, dodge, then melee. Doing all this will blind everything around you, and each melee will have increased damage so you can keep doing it longer and longer. Now the super is the funny part. We're not using Gathering Storm, but instead Arc Strider. This super has fallen under the radar for a long time, however, even though it's not gotten a lot of love, it still can dominate in this activity, due to all the ways you're amplified and increasing your damage in that state. Pairing this with the exotic chest piece Raiden Flux, which kills and or damage while in your super, grants a stacking bonus up to 3x, where your super will do an additional 46.2% damage, which also will stack on top of all other artifact bonuses and debuffs. As long as you continue attacking, each attack also slows down your super draining, which then increases your duration of the super itself. The super in that state obviously can clear out Tier 7 rooms by itself. Unlike Gathering Storm, which can only impact one location, Arc Strider can move from one side of the room to the other while killing everything at max stacks. This alone makes the ad clearing potential of these rooms insane. You are able to clear out rooms by yourself as if it is a cakewalk. But we haven't even talked about the weapons yet. For me myself, I like to pair this with a kinetic 1-2 punch shotgun, so our melee dodge combination will have increased melee just for those higher tier enemies. You can of course use another one, but I personally prefer Wastelander because it also has lead from gold. For our special weapon, we're going to be pairing this for Forbearance. Now, I know what you're saying, Forbearance is super hard to get. You can also use Dead Messenger, but Forbearance is what I like to use for this because it's arc and it has chain reaction. This is the ultimate ad clear weapon. In that state with Forbearance and chain reaction, every wave will also blind enemies. And also because of shock and awe, it will jolt and send down a burst of lightning to any enemies not killed. But we wanted to save our exotic slot for our heavy weapon. In our heavy weapon, we're going to be using either Tractor Cannon, which is going to increase our damage output to our melees and our super, or you can use Anarchy, which is a safer way to just ad clear and also lock down a location and damage the bosses while you're waiting for your super regen to pop back up. Putting all these things together make for a very fun arc build, a very unique arc build, and a very dominant arc build. Take this into your next deep dive, go activate tier 7, and I'm pretty confident that you'll be able to just dominate and get your exotic catalyst done in no time. If for some reason, of course, you still are having issues getting it done, I stream on my Twitch every single day. I've been doing catalyst helps every single day using this build. Come through, let me help you get it if you are still struggling to get it done. However, I do appreciate you enjoying this video. If this helps you get the exotic catalyst done, or at least getting a flawless tier 7 done, feel free to let me know in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching this video. I will see you very soon.